Tonight from Santa Clarita Christian School, SCCS presents Heritage League basketball as the Trinity Classical Academy Knights are here to take on the Santa Clarita Christian Cardinals. Hi everybody, thanks for joining us here on SCCS. I'm Dave Caldwell, and a big night here in front of us. First time we've had a chance to televise either of these two teams, and we're very happy to get a chance to do it for one very, very good reason. These two teams are very good. They may be small schools, private schools in the Santa Clarita Valley, but they've got a lot of bragging rights on the line tonight, and these are two teams, both of them going to their CIF championship games in their respective divisions from a year ago. Let me bring in Greg Herrick, women's basketball coach for College of the Canyons. Coach, the Trinity Classical Academy Knights, we talked about the championship that they won a year ago in Division 6. Because of that, because of other success, they have now jumped up to Division 4.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you have success on your level. You're not hiding anymore. And people say, well, you need to compete at a higher level. And sometimes the coaches elect to do that. We want to play better competition. So they are doing so and doing well. So we're going to look at them tonight and see how well they are doing.
And one of the guys that is a big reason why they're doing so well is Ryan Brooks, this senior, 6'4". He's averaging better than 15 points a game, leads this team in rebounding at nearly 8 a game and assists at nearly 5.5.
Yeah, I think he also drives the bus because does everything for this team, and he's going to be honored at the end of the year with a lot of CIF recognition.
Just like he was last year as the Wooden Award winner for the best player in Division 6. Now, for the Cardinals at Santa Clarita Christian, they are led by Chris Collins. He is part of this team that was on the floor for the CIF championship game a year ago. He is averaging a double-double, better than 11 points a game and nearly 11.5 rebounds a game.
And he's got a great haircut. He's got that swaggy P look that our fans will recognize. He reminds me of a player I coached at Hart High School many years ago, 6'5", 240, just dominates physically. He's that kind of player.
So settle in, here we go. SCCS's presentation of Heritage League basketball. The Trinity Classical Academy Knights taking on the Santa Clarita Christian Cardinals. Tip-off right after this.
Founded in 1982, Santa Clarita Christian School is the oldest Christian school in the Valley. Serving kindergarten through 12th grade, SCCS offers college prep, arts, and a very wide variety of sports programs. SCCS is committed to developing young people to be influencers for Christ to our community and the world. Our students have attended most of the major universities in the United States, and our athletic programs have enjoyed multiple CIF championships. We are thankful for the many years we have been able to teach minds and train hearts for God.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Trinity Classical Academy, pursuing God, seeking excellence. Visit trinityclassicalacademy.com.
To purchase this program on DVD, call the SCB TV Media Center at 661-251-8820 or send email to info@scbtv.com.
This place is packed. It is rocking. Santa Clarita Christian School is where we are. And the two teams that are the primary private schools in Santa Clarita. And Greg Herrick, I am so happy that we're here to be able to do this game, and this is a big rivalry that has been created, especially with the emergence of Trinity Classical Academy in the last few years.
Yeah, and the biggest guy here and most important guy tonight is the fire marshal, because this place is packed. I don't think there's an empty seat there. People are standing along the baselines of both sides. This is going to be something.
They've been standing for the last 2 hours. That's how excited people have been for this game. And trust me when I tell you, this place will get loud. Cameron Lewis, Alec Arapeti, and Jackie Saucer, Bryce Wilkinson, Chris Collins as starters for Santa Clarita Christian. Ryan Damaris, Colton Doshiro, Michael Mateo, Ian Cato, and Ryan Brooks for Trinity. Trinity in blue, they've got the ball. This is Mateo. He's going to get it inside. The follow-up by Ryan Damaris, that shot no good. Rebound comes back to Santa Clarita Christian. The Cardinals averaging better than 67 points a game on offense, but defensively giving up just 35 points a game.
And, and they have been very consistent in doing that. They're going to have trouble with him tonight.
Chris Collins, one of the co-captains, 6'5" senior. We talked about him a moment ago, and there's Ryan Brooks, the other guy we talked about a moment ago, answering with 2 points of his own.
Well, I can see what Trinity's trying to do. They're trying to post up the smaller guards of Santa Clarita Christian right away, right now.
Here's Arpetian. Little push off. He's going to get it into the corner. This is going to be Wilkinson, transferred from West Ranch. And the rebound comes to Ian Cato. Michael Mateo.
I was just going to say, you can see Trinity's advantage at guard, not only taller, but a little bit stronger. And they're going to try to take those guys inside and expose that lack of height.
Ryan Brooks driving in. They're going to say he was fouled before he got the shot off. Ryan Brooks earlier this week verbally committing to Westmont to play for the Warriors NAIA Division I. And that's exactly the school that he wanted to be able to go to. They're very excited.
Yeah, and it's a great program. It's been very, very successful over the years.
Here's Ian Cato for his first 2 points. Ian Cato averaging better than 18 points a game. In the CIF championship last year against Desert Chapel, Cato went off for a school record 37 points to help the Knights win that championship. And I'm not sure what the whistle was for, unless it was for perhaps the shot clock, or it might have even been inadvertent.
No, I think somebody had some kind of necklace or something on they had to get rid of.
You can see the crowd on the top of the screen. They are right on the edge of the court. The officials tonight, Ralph Peck and Ted Vargas, saying you got to be careful. And there is Chris Collins. And the Knights had better be careful about Chris Collins. He's averaging better than 11 points a game.
I feed him almost exclusively if I was Santa Clarita Christian. They don't have anybody who can handle him alone. They would have to double team him.
Collins getting recruited for the next level, most notably the Naval Academy. He might have a chance. Here comes Cato. And that's going to be a charge. And taking the charge, Chris Collins.
Yeah, I said he did everything, including drive the bus. He's shown that already tonight. Get a rebound, score in the post, and now draw a charge.
That's going to be against Cato, his first, team's first.
Yeah, I don't think you can guard him solely with one defender.
You're talking Collins.
Collins, oh yeah, and they're trying to do that. With Oshiro, I think that's a bad move if he gets posted up.
And Collins loses control of the basketball, and it creates the first turnover of the game. Colton Oshiro, the quarterback for the 8-man team that won the CIF championship a year ago. These Trinity Classical Knights setting a record in some history. There's a block by Bryce Wilkinson. Trinity Classical Academy Knights winning both the 8-man Division II football championship a year ago and the basketball championship in Division VI. As Ryan Brooks takes it down, gets away with a little push on Cameron Lewis.
Yeah, I think this small environment has an effect on the game. Because, you're in the corner over there and there's all kinds of spectators. You get the feeling that somebody's trapping you.
Here's Lewis. Too hard off the glass, and Mateo grabs the rebound. Mateo, a starter a year ago for the team that went to the CIF championship. And Mateo, count it, and he'll go to the line. Just a junior, Michael Mateo, averaging 9 points a game. He'll try for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Yeah, this Trinity team is very physical. I saw them play earlier in the year, and I was impressed with their ability to get the ball to the rim very, very quickly and strongly, attempt baskets around the rim. It's hard to guard them individually, one-on-one.
Michael Mateo shooting 43% from the free throw line, but he makes that one to complete the three-point play. And the Knights with the three-point lead, 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cameron Lewis, also a star wide receiver for Santa Clarita Christian's football team. Here's Collins underneath. He went a little bit too far under. Jump ball, though. I didn't see who put his hand on it. It might have been Josh Mumper, who is now into the game for Trinity. The possession arrow, though, goes to Santa Clarita Christian.
I thought Collins was fouled on that play, and you know, he's a load. He's tough to deal with.
Mumper and Matthew Arroyave have entered into the game. Arroyave is 5'10", senior, co-captain with Ryan Brooks on this Trinity squad. Mumper, a 5'11" junior.
So I think all this perimeter passing by Santa Clarita Christian is just to set up a post play by Chris Collins.
15 on the shot clock. And it's just been between Saucer and Arpetian, Cameron Lewis, and then getting into the act a moment ago, Bryce Wilkinson.
I think the Santa Clarita Christian took the ball into the shot clock a little longer than they wanted to, and thus Chris Collins wasn't able to be in position to receive a pass from the perimeter. Little motion offense by Trinity. With pick and roll, with some pick and roll.
Cato getting it to Mumper, now into the corner for Mateo. Mateo drives down the baseline, the right-hander, no good. Grabs the offensive rebound. Fresh 35 seconds for the Knights.
That's that strength I was telling you about Trinity. They seem to be a little stronger than their counterparts.
Here's Mateo from the right elbow, a little short of the mark, and Cam Lou grabs the rebound. Cato with the steal, high off the glass, and it's good. Cato now with 4 points to lead the Knights, who lead by 5.
If Trinity's trying to take away the home court advantage, if there is any in here, it's so loud either way.
Alec Arapetian, 5'8" senior. He averages 7.5 points a game. Leading assist man at nearly 6.5 assists for these Cardinals. Here's Wilkinson, thinks about three. That one's knocked away with 1 second on the shot clock. Saucer for three.
And I was wondering when somebody was going to open up with some pressure. Santa Clarita Christian, little man, more token pressure than anything else.
Jackie Saucer shoots 35% from behind the arc, and that's the first turnover committed by the Knights in the game. Now the Cardinals with a chance to tie it, perhaps even take the lead with this possession.
Trying to spread out, Santa Clarita Christian trying to spread out Trinity's defense. Maybe create some gaps. Man, my life's in danger here tonight, folks.
We are right on the edge of the court. Makes it fun. We're going to have a foul. Traveling is going to be the call against Cameron Lewis. Third turnover of the game committed by the Cardinals. Now James Mosley, in his 11th year as the head coach, is going to call a timeout. Minute 45 to play in the first quarter, and the Trinity Classical Academy Knights with the 9-7 lead over the Santa Clarita Christian Cardinals. Well, every Thursday night here on SCV TV is Inside Sports, a weekly 30-minute sports highlight show for the Santa Clarita Valley. Whether it's college or high school, Inside Sports will give you game highlights, scores and standings, as well as feature stories introducing you to the people and teams that make the highlights happen. Thursday night at 8 o'clock and repeating throughout the week, it's Inside Sports, exclusively on the only local television for Santa Clarita, SCV TV.
You know, the Santa Clarita Christian's intent is to get the ball inside to Chris Collins, but you know, they have some shooters. They have some shooters like Bryce Wilkinson, who's had a shot tonight, but Chris Catalano, their other small guard, is very adept at shooting three-pointers.
Both of them transferring in. Catalano coming in most recently from Albert Einstein, and that's Cato down in the low post. Ian Cato now with 6 points in the first 5.5 minutes of the game.
In a zone now for Trinity.
Into the game for Santa Clarita Christian is Chris Catalano. He with the white headband. He's got the ball right now in the corner. The left-handed shot for three, no good. And Collins able to get the rebound. Does he? No, he put the ball on the baseline, unable to control the turnover or the basketball.
Here comes a little bit of more token man pressure by. They're going to turn up the screws a little later, I bet you.
Ariave getting to a streaking Ryan Brooks, and he's going to get fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
My first impression of Trinity is that, you know, they're very strong at every position. You know, it looks like they've been in the weight room a long, long time. You know, some of the kids from their football team are playing out here. They understand the element of weight training.
Alec Arapetian called for the foul, the 3rd team foul committed by Santa Clarita Christian. Ryan Brooks, a 65% free throw shooter on the season. He'll get a second shot. And look at Ian Caddo. My goodness. Just a junior.
Yeah, you beat Chris Collins for a rebound on a free throw. You're doing something.
Ariave driving, and that ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Cardinals. So the Knights will continue with the possession. Knights under first-year head coach Jeremy Haggerty was the assistant last year under John Brooks when the Knights won the Division VI championship. This year the Knights ranked number 6 as they move up to Division 4A and still one of the better teams as Caddo, and that's showing a good reason why. Ian Caddo already with 8 points in this game.
Averaging 18 a game. They seem to be trying to find him in scoring positions.
Kenji Sampson, a 6'1 junior, has the ball right there. He's into the game for Santa Clarita Christian. Arapetian driving traffic, getting a screen from Wilkinson. Back to Arapetian. He's going to try for a 3. Just off the mark, and Brooks grabs the rebound for the Knights. Mateo puts up the efforts short of the mark, but it's the Trinity Knights in the first quarter behind 8 points from junior Ian Caddo, and they've got the 6-point lead. This place is rocking here at Santa Clarita Christian School in Canyon Country, and their Cardinals, a team under 11th year head coach James Mosley, ranked number 4 in Division 5A. Both of these teams have a good opportunity to go pretty deep in their respective playoffs.
And Santa Clarita Christian has a very good record on season, 13-2. They have losses. You know, we don't want to concentrate on all the wins they have. The losses are more indicators of where they stand, and they lost to a very good Royal High School team and a close loss to Saddleback Valley Christian back in mid-January.
Andrew Papelbon is into the game for Trinity, and thanks to the defense from Alec Arapetian, Papelbon dribbles across midcourt, so it's a turnover. The second turnover for Trinity in this half.
Now the Trinity's back in a man-to-man defense, trying to switch it up. Don't give the Santa Clarita Christian players any indication of what they're doing every time down the floor.
Here's Wilkinson for 3. In and out of the cylinder. Collins gets the offensive rebound. To put back is good off the glass.
You know, you got to put the ball in his hands. He's just unstoppable. You know, within about 5 feet.
Chris Collins with 6 points in the game. Ryan Brooks, the turnaround off the glass, no good. Rebound to Kenji Sampson. If you are James Mosley, are you concerned that your leading scorer, Bryce Wilkinson, averaging nearly 15 points a game, is not scoring, even though you got Chris Collins, who's now at 8 points in the game?
No, I think, you know, he's satisfied with the fact that if they can get Chris Collins the ball around the basket and he can score that easy one, that's a lot better than some perimeter jump shots.
Baseline front drive by Ian Caddo goes no good off of one of the Knights. And so the Cardinals have opened up a 4-0 lead here in this second quarter to cut it to within 2.
Yeah, they got back in the game really quickly, but it's, you know, ironic it's Chris Collins. He opened up the game with a couple of baskets, and now he's opening up this quarter with a couple of baskets.
This is Catalano to Sampson to Arapetian. Now Sampson with 9 seconds on the shot clock throws it away.
Yeah, they had Catalano wide open in the corner.
Jackie Saucer will come back into the game. And I think he's coming in for Alec Arapetian. Saucer hitting that big three in the first quarter. And Michael Mateo, I think, catching the Cardinals sleeping, and he drove 3/4 of the court. He's going to get fouled. The foul will be called against Sampson, his first, team's fourth. And that's going to put Michael Mateo to the line to shoot 2. He's already 1 for 1 tonight.
Yeah, I think he saw Coach James Mosley talking to some of the players, giving them some instruction, and he decided to attack the rim before they could pay attention.
Mateo misses the second, and Collins grabs the rebound for Santa Clarita Christian. Here's Saucer. Dropping it off to Wilkinson. Wilkinson getting double teamed. He's going to drop it off into the corner to Catalano, who nails the three.
Yeah, that's where he lives, in the corner. He's going to be there on penetration for Santa Clarita Christian.
Catalano averaging better than 11 points a game, and then a free ride for Andrew Papelbon, the 5'7" junior, gets his first points of the game.
He's got those very imposing goggles on.
Wilkinson. Catalano for another three to take the lead. Does not go. Collins the rebound. Does not go. Mateo grabs the rebound.
Collins shouldn't be shooting jump shots. He should be getting around the box.
Mateo for three. The rebound is Kenji Sampson. Cardinals continue to knock the no-look pass down in the low block. But Wilkinson can't get the shot off.
Well, Collins might be a little fatigued at this point. Maybe he needs a little rest.
Sampson trying to get it to Wilkinson. Turns it over. The 5th turnover of this first half for Santa Clarita Christian. Mateo thinks three. He's going to give it over to Josh Mumper. His first effort gives the Knights a 5-point lead. Mumper shooting 33% from behind the arc, nearly 10 points a game.
Yeah, I think this game's going to come down to that. Whoever can hit their perimeter shots the most has got the best chance of winning.
Wilkinson for three, and he still has not got a chance to get his name in the scorebook. As Catalano knocks that one into the crowd.
The loud crowd.
Alec Arapetian comes back into the game, and now Santa Clarita Christian is going to call for a timeout, stopping the clock with 4:24 to play in the first half. 5-point lead for the Trinity Knights. Every weekday night, you can get caught up on all the news affecting Santa Clarita with SCV News Break, a 5-minute newscast presented by AM 1220 KHTS and SCV TV. At the top of every hour, you'll get the top stories from your valley, plus sports, weather, and entertainment in just 5 minutes. SCV News Break, weeknights at the top of every hour on SCV TV, local television for Santa Clarita. How big was that three-pointer just a moment ago?
Well,
by Josh Mumper.
Yeah, it extends that lead a little bit, gives them a little cushion. You know, the 5-point cushion is big in a game like this, because I bet you it's going to go down to being a very close finish. And anytime you can maintain a little cushion, it's always a good thing.
Talked about Santa Clarita Christian, what they score a game as a team. The Knights average 64.6 points a game, but they give up 52.7. They're 14-6 overall, 4-0 in league play. By the way, Santa Clarita Christian just 2-0 in league play, as there's another three-pointer, this time hit by Papelbon. He's got 5.
Well, you know, the Trinity has, if things are all equal, I would say their season schedule is a little bit tougher than Santa Clarita Christian, but not by much.
Three-pointer put up by Saucer, no good. Cato grabs the rebound for Trinity. Maynard Brooks, the 6'4" senior, is now into the game for the Cardinals. Shot by Brooks over the top of the other Brooks. That three-point effort by Caddo short of the mark.
Yeah, I think Santa Clarita Christian's gone away from getting the ball into Chris Collins. They need to start doing that. He's very effective around the basket.
The saucer. This is going to be Brooks for three. And Ryan Brooks grabs the rebound.
Collins didn't even get a touch in that possession.
Here's Caddo. Fires it across. Now Mateo wide open for three. Caddo gets the rebound and a putback. Ian Caddo is a terrific basketball player.
Well, you know, his 18 points a game is nothing to snoot at. I mean, that's a lot of points for an average for a high school player. And he's really, he'll be back again next year. He's just a junior.
Maynard Brooks called for the foul.
He's wearing that great number, too, by the way.
13.
My number in high school.
Caddo, a 74% free throw shooter, misses. Aripetian with the rebound. 10-point lead right now for the Trinity Classical Academy Knights with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Brooks up on top to Aripetian, into the corner to Cameron Lewis. Brooks takes it away off the glass and is good, and he's fouled.
They're going to need some of that, some more of that. If they're going to avoid getting the ball to Chris Collins, they're going to need to get some action around the basket, and they were able to do that there. Maynard Brooks.
Ryan Brooks called for the foul. Maynard Brooks this season from the free throw line, 2 of 7. And there's Chris Collins, comes up with the offensive rebound.
Yeah, he's got the capability of dominating the game at both sides of the court.
That ball tipped away by Caden Culp, sophomore, standout on the football team as well. Older brother Patch playing college football coming out of Trinity. As Josh Mumper, check that. That's Ryan Damaris is going to check back into the game, and he's going to come in for Ian Caddo. Yeah,
they're going to give him a little rest before halftime, and then I would venture to guess he's going to play most of the second half, probably all the second half.
Alec Aripetian has played just about all of this game. Maynard Brooks for three, does not go. Look at Collins over the back. I think they're going to call this one against him. Yes, they are. This one's going to go against Collins.
Yeah, that came very close to him grabbing that ball with no contact. That's how much of a jumper he is. Very impressed with his athleticism. Looks like he could be playing tight end in the Super Bowl.
This is Brooks. Brooks is on Brooks. Ryan in and out of the cylinder, no good. Saucer grabs the rebound for the Cardinals.
See, they have one scoreboard at one end of the floor here, and I caught Chris Collins looking back. It's real difficult if you're going in this direction without the scoreboard to know what's going on.
They have a shot clock, but they don't have the game clock, and that ball is taken away. Mumper takes it away from Cameron Lewis. Here's Ryan Brooks. Gets it up top to Mumper. A long three. Second three-pointer of the game hit by Josh Mumper coming off the bench, and it gives the Knights their biggest lead of the game, now 11.
Should I say Mumper with the jumper, or should I leave that alone?
Here's Maynard Brooks with the left hand. Nice play by the 6'4" senior. He's got 4 points. And I think they're going to call this one on Cameron Lewis's chin.
Yeah, he thought he could take a charge there or swing in the elbows, but I don't think he got there in time.
That's going to be Cam Lewis' second personal, the 7th team foul. That'll put Ryan Brooks on the line for the 1-and-1. And kind of surprisingly, Ian Caddo coming back into the game. He's going to replace Michael Mateo.
Yeah, maybe he's one of those players, and I've had a few that they tell you when they're ready to go. Just give me a little rest, coach. I need it, and I'll go back in. Some kids earn that right by their play over time.
As a team, Trinity Classical is shooting 63% from the free throw line. In the game so far, they're just 3 of 7, and specifically Ryan Brooks now 1 of 3. He's got one more free throw.
Well, they had their way pretty much at the offensive end, so the free throws haven't come into play yet.
10-point lead for the Knights as we are now at 1 minute to play in the first half. Cardinals are in the bonus. The Knights are not, and that's a nice play by Jackie Saucer. The right-hander had to go up and over the top of Ryan Brooks. And then almost coming up with a steal is Catalano.
This is like roller derby. You got it up against the fence.
The wall is just below the screen. Brooks feeding it inside to Cato. Cato, the reverse layup, no good. Brooks with the rebound.
Yeah, if you go diving for a ball, you might get a full wall of teeth if you're not careful.
Shot clock is off. Saucer waiting for that last shot. And you don't like the last shot, do you?
No, I just think that you always use to force a shot that you don't want.
And there's Saucer going up over the top of Ryan Brooks. He gets a good shot. 7 points now for Saucer, and the long effort thrown up by Brooks is going to fall short. The Trinity Classical Academy Knights led by as much as 11 points, but the Santa Clarita Christian Cardinals battle back in the closing moments of the first half. They trail by 6. Greg Herrick and I will take a look at the first half stats and get you ready for the second half when we return to Santa Clarita Christian School here in Canyon Country. Halftime here at Santa Clarita Christian School, where the Trinity Classical Academy Knights leading the Cardinals 28-22. And taking a look at the first half stats, and obviously Trinity ranked number 6 in Division 4A, led by Ian Cato's 10 points. He has been everything to this team, offensively, obviously, with the 10 points, defensively as well.
Well, obviously they're following their pattern of previous games when their leading scorer is the leading scorer in the game. So that seems to be their pattern, and they're following it to a T.
For Santa Clarita Christian, Chris Collins, you talk about a defensive presence. He's getting a lot of rebounds. We don't have that number, but I can tell you he is leading the Cardinals in scoring already with 8 points in the game.
And really, there was a part of that first half where they kind of went away from him, and that's about the time that Trinity was making their move. So I would expect James Mosley to get the ball to him very often in this third quarter.
I was just going to ask you if you think that James Mosley, or excuse me, if Chris Collins needs to be the guy that's going to be putting the Cardinals on his back.
Yeah, because he just puts so much pressure on you defensively, because you can't really guard him with one man. You got to come with a double team, and when you get that, sometimes you get open shots by Catalano and others. So I think that would be a great strategy by Santa Clarita Christian.
What about Bryce Wilkinson, the young man who just became eligible after transferring from West Ranch for Santa Clarita Christian, and in just a few weeks he has become the leading scorer at nearly 15 points a game. He shoots 51% from the field, 42% from behind the arc, but he has yet to score in this game for the Cardinals.
Well, I think Trinity's made a concerted effort to stop him in his rhythm. You know, he's a rhythm shooter, and a lot of times when you catch the ball and there's somebody standing there right in front of you, you're out of your rhythm. So I think the Trinity defense has done a great job of containing him.
Cardinals are in their white home uniforms. They'll be moving from our left to right. Trinity in their road blues. And the Cardinals will be starting Cameron Lewis, Alec Arapetian, Jackie Saucer, Bryce Wilkinson, and Chris Collins. Actually, Catalano. Chris Catalano is on the floor in place of, I believe it's Jackie, well, no, it's not Jackie Saucer. It's in place of Arapetian. Here's Collins in the paint, loses control of the basketball. That's going to be 8 turnovers committed by Santa Clarita Christian, and Ryan Brooks takes it the length. Brooks, his second field goal of the game, he's got 5 points. The Knights with Ryan Damaris, Colton Oshiro, Michael Mateo, Ian Cato, and Ryan Brooks. Now Collins, almost taken away by Mateo. Saucer gets a running right-hander, gets his own rebound, puts it back, and it's good. Jackie Saucer averages 9.2 points a game, and he already has 9 points in this one.
Yeah, they're gonna try to get points from somebody else if they're not gonna be able to throw it to Collins around the rim. He was out on the three-point line, which is kind of curious.
Ryan Damaris puts up the three-point effort. That shot no good.
Yeah, the pace here is fast. You know, I didn't expect that coming in when I saw them earlier in the year, both teams. I didn't think they played it with this much pace, but they do. They're doing it tonight.
Foul was called against Ian Caddo, his second, the team's first here in this second half. Just underway. Here's Saucer getting it over to Wilkinson, who gets his first points of the game, and it's a three.
Well, that time they kind of hit him over in the corner. Ball went the other way, and they threw the ball cross court.
Cardinals are within 3. Now they're within 5 as Ryan Brooks comes back and answers, the young man who is verbally committed to the Westmont Warriors to play collegiately in the NAIA Division I.
It's a beautiful campus up there.
Saucer drops it off. Catalano picks it up. Here's Wilkinson again. But Cameron Lewis is able to collect the loose basketball for the Cardinals, and they'll get a fresh 35 seconds to work with.
So they're trying to spread out the Trinity team and get isolation for Chris Collins, and there it is. You notice he drew the triple team down there.
Wilkinson's going to drive baseline and puts it in. And I get a feeling if Bryce Wilkinson starts to get hot, he can put the Cardinals on his back.
Well, they're triple teaming Collins when he gets the ball in there, and that's leaving other guys available.
Ryan Brooks plows through Cameron Lewis. Lewis takes the charge and pumping his fist.
Well, that's a big play, I mean, because, you know, Trinity's pretty much had their way with the Santa Clarita defense. I think they've scored at will most of the time. A lot of shots that were uncontested. So that might switch it around a little bit. Somebody steps up and puts their body in, you know, for the team. That inspires your teammates.
Matthew Arroyave is into the game. He comes in for Colton Oshiro. Catalano is going to kick it over to Wilkinson, left alone again, and there is a three-pointer, and this game is tied.
The Trinity's going to have to answer with a better defensive ideas against that penetration and dish.
And Brooks takes it himself the length of the court. His shot no good. Here's Catalano for the lead.
Timeout for Trinity, probably.
And a timeout called by Jeremy Haggerty, the head coach for the Trinity Classical Academy Lights. The Cardinals absolutely going insane on their home court as they have taken the lead for the first time in this game.
They have figured out, Santa Clarita Christian, how to get open three-pointers, and that's with either penetration and drawing defenders and kicking it out, or throwing it into Collins, where he draws the triple team every time he touches it, and kicking it out. The three-point shot has helped them to get this lead.
5 3-pointers have now been hit by the Santa Clarita Christian Cardinals, and they have opened up the first 2 minutes and 56 seconds on a 13-4 run in this second half.
You know, those of us that have been around long enough to see the invention of the three-point shot, I used to say this when they first had it. You're either going to have to learn how to shoot it, or you're going to have to learn how to defend it. But it's going to be a very instrumental part of basketball from that point forward.
You saw part of this crowd. This place is absolutely packed to the rafters, quite literally, as the second floor balcony filled with fans, and they are standing room only. Here's Caddo, and that was blocked off from behind by Wilkinson. Saucer then has his pocket picked by Arroyave. Brooks down to Caddo for 2. Lewis gets the rebound. 2-on-1 break. Count the bucket, foul against Brooks.
He just didn't get there fast enough to set his feet. This place is going nuts.
And that's the third personal foul for Ryan Brooks.
Well, and he's their second leading scorer, so he has to be very, very careful through the rest of the third period. Jeremy Haggerty, the coach, might want to take him out and rest him a minute or two.
Collins the rebound and the putback. (17-4) in the second half. The Cardinals, ranked number 4 in Division 5A, in control of this game at home. Here's Arroyave, loses control of it. Caddo picks it up and takes it in. 12 points for Ian Caddo. That's his first 2 of the second half.
Well, he was able to clean up the garbage on a missed shot. That's what good players do. They're able to be around the ball all the time.
Saucer to Catalano for 3.
Yeah, he's doing something from three-point area.
Here's Damaris to Brooks. Brooks trapped in the baseline, gets it over to Caddo. Off the backboard, no good. Collins grabs the rebound. How about Catalano coming off the bench? He's hit 3 threes in the game, and there's Cameron Lewis, his second bucket of this quarter. And it's now a 10-point Santa Clarita Christian lead.
It seems like the Santa Clarita Christian came out of halftime with a new way to attack the Trinity defense.
And they're going to call this one against Chris Collins. Ian Caddo will go to the line to shoot 2.
You know, it's the three-point shot that's got Santa Clarita Christian this lead. And Trinity's going to have to figure out a way to stop this onslaught of three-pointers.
The Cardinals scored 22 points in the entire first half. And here in just 4 minutes and 45 seconds of the second half, they've matched that total of 22 points in the second half.
Yeah, and that's with the three-point shot. That changes games very, very quickly and has done that for the Santa Clarita Christian team.
Moisture on the floor. It's going to get mopped up before Caddo's second free throw. 22-7 in the second half. Caddo with one more free throw for Trinity.
And it's been all of them. You know, all the 5 players on the floor have contributed to this run that they've had.
Caddo now with 14 points. 6'1" junior. So how does the coaching philosophy change now for the Cardinals now that they've got an 8-point lead?
Well, I sure they want to attack from the 3 line because that's what they do. And there's another 3 right there.
11 points for Bryce Wilkinson, all of them coming here in this second half. Mateo drops it off to Culp for 3. Ian Caddo catches the air ball, puts it back. Caddo now with 16.
See, with all the attention to Chris Collins, he creates other opportunities for his teammates because they're always leery. The defense always leery of him on the inside.
Here's Collins. Does not go. Arroyave gets the rebound for Trinity.
See, if he'd have kicked it out there, he would have had another 3-point available. Wilkinson was lurking over in the corner.
Arroyave drives. Look out as bodies go into the wall, and there may be injuries, and it could be Collins. He's having trouble getting up.
This is the time where you take a timeout.
And that's exactly what's happening. And we'll keep an eye on Chris Collins as he's clutching his back, and he went into that wall with his head as well.
Well, and it's not difficult to do that. It's about 2 feet from the baseline.
Minute 58 to go in the third quarter, and the Cardinals with this 7-point lead. Well, our game of the week tomorrow night will take us to Golden Valley. Well, the Grizzlies will host the Saugus Centurions. Our same-day telecast begins at 9 o'clock with the girls' game, followed by the boys' game at 10:30. This Friday's game tomorrow night here on SCV TV, the Saugus Centurions taking on the Golden Valley Grizzlies exclusively on your only local television channel for Santa Clarita.
Saugus Centurions on a 1-game winning streak.
Congratulations to Bill Bedgood, the new coach, and getting his first win as that Saugus head coach. And that loss, that losing streak in league for Saugus went back to February 6th of 2013, nearly 2 years. In the final game of the season, that was against Golden Valley, 59-56. They won that.
And we were there, and I felt the relief in the building from the fans and the players that thing on their back is over.
Yep. Here we got the Santa Clarita Christian Cardinals in white, leading the Trinity Classical Academy Knights by 7. Catalano for 3, and he nails it again. 4 threes in the game for Catalano, 3 of them here in the second half.
Yeah, he's on fire.
And it's back to a 10-point lead. Here's Cato trying to answer with a 3.
And that's their guy. That's their guy that they want to put the team on his back, and he's trying to do that.
19 for Ian Cato. Wilkinson driving baseline, spin move. He's going to kick it out to Arapetian for 3. Short of the mark, and Josh Mumper is going to get the rebound. Cameron Lewis steals it away.
Yeah, I'd try to find Catalano again. Trinity's in this zone defense, and I think it's giving up too many three-point shots.
Well, Catalano, Wilkinson, they're in the three-point zone themselves. Here comes Lewis driving in. Can't get it to go. Ball's on the floor. Lewis, the rebound, the putback underneath.
Yeah, the zone defense by Trinity is allowing guys to get open from 3.
What a play for Cameron Lewis. Caden Culp giving it over to Cato, and he
Why not?
has no defense against him.
I think he scored the last, at least 6 or 8 points.
Final seconds of the third quarter. Wilkinson has his three-point effort blocked by Arroyave. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. The emotion in the building, the intensity in the building is off the charts. Even though the Cardinals have a 7-point lead, this one you get a feeling is going to come right down to the wire. Keep it here. Cardinals lead by 7. The Trinity Classical Academy Knights, they had a 6-point lead at the half. They led by as much as 11 in the first half. They have since had it go the other way. How does Jeremy Haggerty in his first year as the head coach get this team back?
Well, if it hadn't been for Ian Cato, I think this lead would be in the 20s. I really do. He's kind of been the only guy to be effective for Trinity in the last quarter, and he's going to have to continue to do that until somebody else steps up.
Trinity will get the ball to start this fourth quarter. Mumper, Arroyave, Cato, Mateo, and Brooks on the floor for the Cardinals. Arapetian, Catalano, and we have a quick whistle already, and we're going to have a foul charged against Santa Clarita Christian.
Well, they're trying to be more aggressive in their man-to-man, and you never want to foul somebody that far away from the basket.
Collins, Simpson, Wilkinson, Catalano, and Arapetian on the floor for the Cardinals.
Arapetian is being very, very aggressive.
That ball knocked away by Kenji Sampson, but right back for the Knights. Here's Cato. Brooks thinking 3. He's got Wilkinson on him. And that ball is going to be tipped away by Chris Collins, who reached in to help on the backside when Brooks got into the paint.
It's been Cato or Brooks, for Trinity, and I think they're going to have to get some other players involved offensively.
Josh Mumper, Jr., gives the ball over to the senior Ryan Brooks. He's going to drive in and gets around. Nice play in the middle of the air for Ryan Brooks.
Oh, that's a very creative shot.
9 points for the 6'4" senior, Ryan Brooks. Wilkinson for 3. In and out of the cylinder, but Collins is there to get the offensive rebound. Here's Sampson. Knocked away by Brooks, and he's going to come up with the rebound.
Well, you see the Santa Clarita Christian was kind of wearing out that three-pointer.
Fade away for Brooks, short of the mark. Arapetian gets the rebound for the Cardinals. Inside at 7 to go.
They're kind of wearing out what I was saying, wearing out that three. In other words, you can't go to the well every time. And they were fortunate to get those third quarter threes, but now they ought to be working it inside, I think.
Wilkinson a little off the mark. Mumper grabs the rebound for the Cardinals. 5-point lead for Santa Clarita Christian, 6.5 to play.
And that reliance on the three is going to give the Knights a chance to get back in the game.
Here's Mateo, drives in and gets a nice roll on the iron.
Well, they're starting to penetrate, getting other players involved. And Santa Clarita Christian still trying to beat them with the three-point shot. You know, you start missing those, and you get long rebounds for transition baskets.
Sampson for three. Collins over the backside, but he has his pocket picked by Arellave. Now we're going to have a foul, and I think this one's going to go against Collins.
That's 4 threes in a row that the Santa Clarita Christian has missed.
Actually, it's going to be against Chris Catalano, his first, the team's third. And now Chris Collins is going to come out of the game with 6 minutes still to go. Cameron Lewis comes back in for him.
And I think with Trinity trying to attack the rim with the dribble, you want to have Collins in there to maybe be a shot blocker, but he may be tired.
It's a smaller lineup for the Cardinals as Arellave drives in. He'll be fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, if you're Santa Clarita Christian, you might want to have a short leash on this team here. They're very, very small. And now we're having a disagreement that you have between rivals. I mean, let's face it. These are rivals, a rivalry as big as any, you know, in our valley. Hart Canyon, football. Sure. These teams compete for the same players, you know, and well, you can see from the attendance tonight how important this game is for both schools.
Matthew Arellave, a 74% free throw shooter, 5'10" senior, averaging 5 points a game. He's got 3 right now. He'll get 1 more free throw. Cuts the lead to 1.
And after all those missed threes, Trinity has answered with baskets and points of their own, so they got back in the game due to the Santa Clarita Christian's reliance on the three-pointer.
Live by the sword, die by the sword,
Yeah.
eh? Here's Lewis, slips.
It's not a foul.
It's a turnover.
I always say, what did people fall down by themselves?
Here's Brooks taking it down, trying for the lead, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line to try to give his Knights the lead.
Got to respect Trinity. You know, they could have easily bailed out of this game after that onslaught of three-pointers. But they fought back, attacked the rim. Without Collins in the game, they're going to go at the rim, and they're 1 point away from tying it and 2 from winning, being ahead.
Well, Ryan Brooks, though, is struggling on the free throw line. Currently 1 of 5 from the line. He'll have 1 more free throw to tie it for his Knights.
Well, here comes Chris Collins back in the game. I think they hurt us. They can't win the game without him being on the floor, I don't think.
The ball's tipped out of bounds, and his last touch by Santa Clarita Christian.
Well, Ryan Brooks is struggling at the foul line, and if you're Santa Clarita Christian, you might want to make notice of that when it cuts down to it at the end of the game.
Here's Cato, the turnaround, and the Knights retake the lead.
He's a scoring machine.
25 points for Ian Cato. Check me, 23 points, 23 points.
Trinity's still in this extended zone defense.
Here's Saucer. Inside to Collins. Back to Sampson for 3. And the Cardinals retake the lead.
Well, you know, if I'm Trinity here, to get rid of that three-point, shooting by Santa Clarita, I might want to change to a man-to-man. We should have somebody in the face.
Mumper for 3, throws up an air ball, but again, Cato is right there to collect it. Ball did not hit iron, so the shot clock was not reset. 15 on the shot clock. Here's Mateo. Drives in, finger roll, short of the mark. And Saucer grabs the rebound. Sampson, who hit his first 3 of the game just a moment ago. Catalano. And Sampson, a big offensive rebound. His putback does not go in. Rebound to Cato.
They're going to want to attack the rim again, and here it is.
Arellave can't get the reverse layup to go. Here's Saucer, gives it over to Sampson. His reverse layup does not go. Gets the rebound, and he's going to get fouled. And they're going to say he was in the act of shooting.
Wow.
So he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Arellave called for the foul, his first personal.
Looks like he was just trying to throw it off of somebody's foot or something.
Team's third. Sampson to the line to shoot 2. Kenji Sampson, 7 of 10 from the free throw line before that one on the season.
The basket gets smaller in the fourth quarter. The rim gets a little smaller.
It is definitely smaller there. Missing both of them. Andrew Pabelbon is into the game for Arellave for Trinity. Here's Mateo. Fade away. Does not go. Cato does.
What a surprise. You know, some players have this natural instinct to be around the ball at all times, and he's one of them.
Here's Lewis, too hard off the glass, and guess who gets the rebound?
Yeah.
Ian Cato.
Ian Cato. I try to find him.
For the lead. Catalano grabs the rebound.
It's a bad decision. You got momentum on your side. You want to maybe work that clock a little bit.
This is a Heritage League game. Both teams undefeated in league. The 2 private schools in Santa Clarita, that one's going to be thrown away by Cameron Lewis. And of course, it's tied, Greg Herrick, as Trinity calls a timeout. It's going to stop the clock with 2:54 to play, and you would expect nothing short of 2 teams, both ranked in the top 6 in their respective divisions. Santa Clarita Christian, number 4 in Division 5A, Trinity Classical, number 6 in Division 4A, to be tied at 55 inside of 3 minutes to go in the game.
And we kind of speculated it was going to be that type of game at the beginning, but I'm telling you right now in this last 3 minutes of this game, it's when the star players of each team have to really show themselves. And I think in this case, Chris Collins from Santa Clarita Christian, he's been relatively quiet in the second half offensively. He needs to get take over around the basket. They need to work the ball into him, and maybe he can get some easy shots, 3-point plays. On the other hand, Cato is the guy. I mean, he's really impressed me tonight with his ability to go after the ball off the rim and create his own opportunities without the dribble or actually play setting him up. He's just creating on his own, and that's what great players do.
Ian Cato with 25 points in the game. And you mentioned Chris Collins, 10 points, but only 2 of those have come here in the second half. And he had a breather a moment ago. Maybe this timeout is a good thing for Chris Collins, and maybe it'll keep him a little bit more refreshed for the Cardinals in these final moments.
I thought it gave him a rest when Santa Clarita Christian was relying on the 3-point shot. All he had to do was stand around the basket.
Catalano almost takes that one away. Ryan Brooks comes up with the ball, weaving his way around Cardinals. Now Mumper, baseline, gives it to Cato. Left wide open.
Who else? Who else?
How do you leave Ian Cato wide open for a layup like that?
Well, it all started with giving up the dribble penetration, and you have to come over and help, and he was able to answer the bell.
There's Wilkinson dropping it off to Saucer. Now Catalano thinking 3, but Cato is on him. Now Saucer. Wilkinson into the corner of Cameron Lewis, drives baseline, ties it.
Nice play.
Lewis with 8 points, all of it coming in the second half.
Yeah, somebody needs to play exclusively on Cato.
Mateo, and Trinity retakes the lead.
Back and forth in the last 2 minutes.
8 points for Michael Mateo. Here's Wilkinson. Cato grabs the rebound.
Well, now it's down to who's going to take the shot and when for Trinity.
Trinity led by 6 at the half. Santa Clarita Christian went on a run that gave them the lead by as much as 11, but Ryan Brooks comes up with his first 3.
Ryan, you going to count that or banked in from straight on?
I think the answer is going to be yes, sir. And now Mosley calls a timeout from Santa Clarita Christian as the Trinity Knights have reemerged. And we so often talk, Greg Herrick, about momentum. And right now, Trinity had given it up to Santa Clarita Christian. The Knights have retaken it.
Well, the momentum for Santa Clarita Christian changed rapidly on 3-point shots that they were making to take the lead. Then they started missing them. And you alluded to the fact that, you know, you live and die.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Yeah, and that's what they were doing. But Trinity was patient. They were able to work their way back into the game. And it's ironic that they take the 5-point lead on a bank 3-pointer.
So if you are the Cardinals, do you continue to go for the 3 with 1:12 and you're down by 5?
Well, you know, I was a big fan of Chris Collins, and they've gone away from him pretty much most of the. I still would try to get it into him, but with a 5-point deficit, I would try to at least get a 3 here in the first possession.
Cardinals with the ball. Catalano to Collins, a long way from the basket. Collins has not even tried a 3-pointer this season. Collins back in the low block. Here's Saucer. Gets into the paint. What a play by Jackie Saucer. Count the bucket. He's going to the line for the 3-point play.
And they got the 3 the old-fashioned way if he makes this 3-point. Now, if you're Santa Clarita Christian, you might want to set up a press here. Maybe you can turn the ball over.
Ryan Brooks called for the foul. That's his 4th personal foul. But with less than a minute to go in the game, clearly Ryan Brooks, the player of the year in Division VI a year ago, will stay in the game.
Yeah, it's no time to mess around now with the lead and 50 seconds to go.
Michael Mateo gets it across the 10-second line. Are the Knights beginning to slow down their offense? Here's Mateo. Looking for a seam. Has Wilkinson on him. Kicks it up on top again to Brooks for 3. Collins gets the rebound. Shot clock is off. 25 seconds to go. The Cardinals need 3. Wilkinson.
Wow. Wow.
10 seconds, and Jeremy Haggerty's going to call a timeout. Bryce Wilkinson transfers from West Ranch. He has now scored 14 points in the second half, 4 threes during that time. Chris Catalano has also hit 4 threes in the second half, and it's been the 3 that has helped catapult the Santa Clarita Christian Cardinals in this second half.
Yeah, and I don't know why Trinity wasn't defending the 3 line on that particular possession, because if they get a 2, Trinity still has the lead. So I'm not too clear on why they would back off of a 3-pointer in that situation. But let me tell you this: they have 10 seconds to run a play out of bounds. They got enough firepower for 2 or 3 guys to hit a shot. I bet you they're going to try to get it to the rim, because that's what they've been doing. And we'll see what happens.
Who do you want to get the ball in? I'm assuming Ian Cato.
You're not going to ask me that, are you? He has the ball in his hands right now in the timeout, if you ask me.
Defensively, are you just putting 5 guys on Ian Cato?
Yeah, don't foul anybody. You can't foul anybody here. You know, because any foul takes, well, what is the foul situation? Is it 5 and 5?
It is 5 and 5.
And 6 doesn't do it. So you can actually foul somebody here.
All right, Let's see what we've got in these final 10 seconds.
And then make him inbound it again.
Here's Brooks.
See, and that's what they're doing. See, you foul somebody, and then you make them inbound the ball. One, you get to see their out-of-bounds play and what they're intending to do. And now you get to, if they run the same kind of play.
It's 6/10 on the clock.
And they're not taking the timeout. Trinity's not going to change. It's going to run a standard side out-of-bounds play.
It's got to be a catch and shoot. Oh, excuse me, that was 6 seconds. There's Cato. Now let's see what they're going to rule. Trinity wants to say that they've got the ball, and the officials, are they going to come together, or are they going to say that's the end of regulation, or is it 1 second? That's going to be the end of regulation. That's going to be the end of regulation.
Why wouldn't it be any other way?
Exactly. We're tied at 62. We're going to take a break. Overtime. What a game.
We're playing all night. We're playing all night.
You were singing us out on break, and there is nothing better than overtime when you've got two schools. The rivalry is very, very heated, and this place is rocking.
Well, I don't think these people are going to be going home disappointed one way or the other. They've seen a great basketball game with some great talent in it. I've been very impressed. They're better than advertised, and they're better than when I saw them earlier in the year. These two teams could competitively compete with anybody in our area.
Trinity knocked off Golden Valley earlier this year and lost in a high-scoring contest to West Ranch, but still were very competitive with them earlier in the year.
Yeah, the only drawback, I think, the height issue, but it's a very minimal restriction for these teams. But they don't have the big inside guys except for Chris Collins, of course.
Right.
That some of the other local teams have.
So Santa Clarita Christian will have Wilkinson, Catalano, Saucer, Collins, and Lewis on the floor. Trinity will have Mumper, Pabelbon, Brooks, Mateo, and Ian Cato. The Cardinals win the toss.
See, Wilkinson's lurking over there in the right corner.
Lewis is going to drive. Charge. It's the second time tonight that Lewis has been called for a charge.
Yeah, it's a little bit out of control in that situation. He had Wilkinson open for the three. He should have dumped it. That play is designed if you draw help to hit the corner three, and he just went full blast to the basket.
Both teams have played pretty clean. The Cardinals have turned the ball over 11 times. Trinity just 6 times through the course of the game.
And the Santa Clarita Christian's running a little trap here, trying to catch Trinity off guard.
Mateo swinging it around. Now Pabelbon. Going to drive in, dumps it off to Cato. Again, underneath.
Well, he's always moving, and that's what makes him so good. He's always moving, never stationary. He's always looking to find a seam where he can catch the ball.
29 points for Ian Cato. Here's Saucer. Kicking it out to Lewis. Wilkinson. Now Catalano. Saucer is hurt. Here's Wilkinson for 2. Short of the mark. And Wilkinson follows it up. Gives it over to Lewis. Does not go. Brooks gets the rebound. Here comes Mateo. Mumper! And Cato again, the 3rd time tonight. Cato has caught the air ball from Mumper.
Yeah, he anticipated it, and Catalano assumed he was going to hit the rim.
Brooks using every bit of that 6'4" height to save that ball. That one's going to go against Lewis. No shot, no shot, no shot. Lewis from behind, coming in and hitting. That'll be his 4th personal foul for Cameron Lewis, the 8th team foul. And so Ian Cato will go to the line for the 1-and-1. Cato sitting at 29 points in the game.
You know, I'm watching Coach Jeremy Haggerty here, a former COC basketball player, and known him for years. And he's walking. He's very, very, very calm. You know, I mean, it's in this type of environment, you think coach would be crazy, but he's really calm. He looks like the pool director at the Hilton or something, just walking around, making sure everybody's got towels.
Caddo gets the first, he'll get a second.
How many points does he have now? 500?
Almost. He's got 30. He's got 31. 4 of 8 from the free throw line is Ian Caddo. It's a 4-point lead for the Knights. The Knights have scored all 4 points that have been scored here in this overtime, and now Caddo is going to come up with a steal.
Why wouldn't he? I mean, like I said, he drives the bus.
31 points. We don't have rebounds, but he's probably in double digits there.
Yeah.
Gets the steal.
Got a few assists to throw in there. We call it the salad bowl when you have one of everything. You know, it's in the salad bowl.
Here's Brooks. Loses control.
A big opportunity for Santa Clarita Christian.
Wilkinson comes up with the steal, and then Mateo's going to come over and he's going to hit Catalano. And he's going to hit, I think, Catalano where Catalano does not want to get hit.
Well, he's going to step to the line, and it's not double bonus yet, so.
Well, it's not even bonus yet.
No. Is that a 6?
6. It is a 6.
Yeah. That's amazing. With all this game has been pretty physical.
And Mateo getting his first personal, and it comes here in overtime. Minute 20 to go. Arapetian, fresh legs, back into the game. Here's Wilkinson. Catalano for 3. 5 3-pointers in this game, all in the second half for Chris Catalano.
Yeah, he's been spectacular from the 3 line.
And tipped away by Arapetian. 3-on-1 break. Catalano too hard off the glass. And now Trinity has an opportunity with 40 seconds to go in this first overtime.
That was a big missed opportunity for Santa Clarita Christian. They had 2-on-1 numbers.
Mateo, no look to Ian Caddo, who's camped out underneath the basket. So James Mosley is going to call a timeout, and James Mosley giving an earful to Ted Vargas, one of the referees tonight, saying, how can that not have been a 3-second violation called against Ian Caddo?
Well, Ian Caddo seems to find places where nobody seems to see him. He's like the invisible man. I mean, why wouldn't you guard him? Of anybody on the court tonight, why wouldn't you have somebody next to him at all times?
We have seen him throughout the night have open opportunities underneath the baskets for either a quick little pop off the glass there or even an easy layup.
You know, I'll go on record as saying he's the best player I've seen this year in high school basketball in the Santa Clarita Valley. And I've seen Alton pretty much most of the teams.
Yeah.
He's an unbelievable player. He's not taller than anybody else. He's not faster than anybody else. He just has that basketball IQ and those instincts that you just can't coach. And you put him in situations like they're doing with Trinity, where he can just move. It seems like he's moving around. They tell him you have freelance. Just go where you, because we see him catching the ball. There's nobody around him.
Right.
So I mean, that's the best performance I've seen this year in the Santa Clarita Valley. No question.
33 points in the game for the 6'1" junior, Ian Caddo.
And he plays kind of a small forward, big guard type situation, but he's very strong, so he can go inside and bang with big guys.
3-point lead for the Knights, but Santa Clarita Christian has the ball, and they've got a lot of time, 27 seconds. Maynard Brooks into the game for the Cardinals.
If you're Trinity, you got to cut off the 3-point shot here.
Wilkinson, he's a 3-point threat, gets a shot off. 17 points for Bryce Wilkinson, all in the second half. Brooks to try to win it, and we're going to a second overtime.
We're playing all night. We're playing all night. We're playing all night.
Woo! Gotta love it.
Gotta
You gotta love it. Tied at 68. Overtime. We so rarely see overtime, and rarer still to get a second overtime.
Well, they're going to give these people their money's worth tonight. I'm telling you that. All of them squeezed in here.
You see across the way, everybody's on their feet. There isn't a single person sitting. Well, I say that, and I see some people sitting, the cheerleaders over there.
Trinity's a little more comfortable. They don't want to give up their seat.
Guess they do, and who knows what's going to happen. Brooks, you can't do that. He's the guy who went up for the tip, and he can't get it. And so Santa Clarita Christian will start this second overtime with the basketball.
So you want to be a coach.
Jeremy Haggerty is just a few years removed from being a star at Canyon High School, then, as you said, College of the Canyons, and then the Masters College. Here's Collins, and he is fouled.
And I don't know why they haven't gone to that more often. That's an automatic free throw.
And that is the game for Ryan Brooks. He is fouled out. He has committed his 5th personal foul, and so Brooks is done for the game.
And that might have been done earlier. Yeah, we might not be in this overtime period if they had gone to him a little earlier. Got to remember, he hit that bank 3.
That's right. That's right.
We wouldn't be playing right now.
So Ryan Damaris will come in. Ryan Brooks is out of the game. He finishes with 12 points. And going to the line to shoot 2 will be Chris Collins. His first time tonight going to the line. Collins shooting 65%. You get a feeling with the emotion and the intensity that's in this gym that whatever team ends up winning this game, their fans are going to storm the court.
Yeah, this is, that's that rivalry game, we always talk about. Their emotions are high.
Mateo drops it off to Pabelbon for 3. And Trinity retakes the lead. Wilkinson for 3.
That's where I was way out.
And Ian Caddo with the rebound.
That's 500 rebounds, 700 points.
Mateo. And that's going to be tipped by someone from the Cardinals, they're going to say. And so Trinity will maintain the possession. Here's Caddo. That ball knocked away by Wilkinson.
That's probably the only bad thing he's done tonight.
Saucer slips. And they're going to say he's fouled, and Saucer slow to get up. There's a spot over there. Cameron Lewis went down there earlier. The foul's going to be called against Andrew Pabelbon, his first.
They're saying, Coach Jeremy Haggerty's telling, hey, he's just slipped. Nobody touched him.
That is the 8th team foul. So Saucer will go to the line for the 1-and-1. Shooting 53% on the season, 0 for 1 tonight.
These will be big here from now on, these free throws from both teams.
Damaris with the rebound.
Yeah, if you're Trinity, you don't want to go completely in the cooker here and just slow the game down. You still want to try to score.
Pabelbon slips, and they're going to call him for traveling.
Yeah, that's a travel.
9 turnovers for Trinity, 12 for Santa Clarita Christian.
Which is pretty good, by the way.
That's excellent.
Yeah, that's excellent for both teams. So this game has been played relatively, turnover free.
Being in a double overtime right now, and to have Trinity still in single digits in turnovers, and Santa Clarita Christian with just 12, and it is unofficial, but
yeah, very well played, well played and clean game.
Here's Collins. He's going to get hit.
I think that's a good call. I mean, you know, you went to the dribble, and all of a sudden they grabbed his arm.
Josh Mumper called for the foul, his first, team's 9th.
Got to be careful when you reach in, especially on a big guy like that.
Yeah. Collins, the 1-and-1. Now we're going to have another foul.
That's the second foul shot in a row that Santa Clarita Christian has missed. Front end's a 1-and-1.
The foul's going to be called against Alec Arapetian for Santa Clarita Christian. That is the 9th team foul. And so I believe it's going to be Damaris that's going to go to the line. Ryan Damaris on the season, 4 of 12 from the free throw line. He'll go for the 1-and-1.
See how small that basket gets. Way small.
And Brooks gets the rebound for Santa Clarita Christian. Still a lot of time left, just a 2-point lead. We're in double overtime. We were tied at 62.
Yeah, this zone defense of Trinity's in is ripe for a 3-point shot.
We were tied at 68 after the first overtime. Catalano's 3 off the mark to the left. And Damaris gets the rebound for the Knights.
It's a big miss.
Andrew Pavlbon gives it over to Michael Mateo. Mateo looking for a screen from Cato. Steps back, a long 2. That's not going to be good. And Chris Collins gets the rebound.
That's a tough shot, that situation. I mean, you're going to get a better one somewhere else.
There's Collins inside. Now Brooks to Wilkinson.
He just wants to shoot it. He had to drive to the basket.
Brooks off the glass. Maynard Brooks with 6 points, and he has tied this second overtime at 71. 1 minute to go in the second overtime. Ian Cato backing it up. Has Wilkinson on him. Blocked by Collins. Picked up by Arapetian. Brooks. Collins.
They can't take a timeout.
Jeremy Haggerty is out on center court screaming about that. And there's a cramp on Collins.
Well, he's saying, you know, unless it's a very serious injury, you can't stop the game when the other team has already inbounded the basketball.
So the timeout was called by Mosley, but Collins is on the floor trying to get that calf stretched out. You can see in the top of your screen, 37 seconds.
Well, the explanation's coming here to Trinity. You know what the official's going to say? We thought he was seriously hurt, but obviously he's not. You know, he got a cramp in his leg. Trinity had inbounded the ball, according to them, and the ball should have been live.
Collins is trying to get as much water in as possible, but he's going to go onto the bench. And now Ted Vargas is over talking at the center table.
You know, the officials will always claim that they stop the game for safety purposes and the protection of the players is most important. But, you know, Jeremy Haggerty saying, look, you can't stop the game when somebody falls down, you know, unless it's, you know, somebody's really in trouble. And obviously he wasn't in trouble. And you know what I would have said? He's got to come out because you went on the floor to deal with his injury.
Well, you see Jeremy Haggerty talking with Ralph Peck and Ted Vargas at the bottom of your screen.
Not going anywhere. Not going anywhere with that argument. It's a safety issue, but I'm thinking obviously there was nothing wrong with him other than a cramp.
So the Trinity Knights with 37 seconds to go in this second overtime.
They're going to say, I guess they're saying that Trinity did indeed got the ball in possession, but the refs had stopped the game.
Right.
Oh, he's not supposed to move, I don't think. Wow.
This is Mateo. Fadeaway. Brooks with the rebound.
That's a tough shot. That's 2 in a row, fadeaways.
And Arapetian racing with the basketball. Seconds tick off before the Knights foul Arapetian. He'll go to the line. The foul officially is going to be called against Ryan Damaris. That is the 10th team foul. So Arapetian will get 2 free throws. His team leading by 2 and 10 seconds to play in this second overtime.
Well, the last 2 shots that Trinity took, and including the shot that Caddow got blocked, I don't think were quality shots under the conditions that you got to get a good shot at the basket.
Arapetian's first free throw and first point of the game. Coming into this game from the free throw line, 4 of 9 from the line.
And all these people are going to go away saying he won the game.
4-point lead for Santa Clarita Christian, 10 seconds to go. Jeremy Haggerty in his first year as a head coach.
So you want to coach. See, and you get a whole bunch of these games strung out through your career, and you get to look like me. That's your reward.
Jeremy on the far right of the screen there, so he's walking in with the clipboard.
The blood pressure.
Yeah.
You know, my doctor once told me, he says, your blood pressure's a little high. I go, have you ever coached? And he says, no, I haven't. I go, well, your blood pressure would be high too if you were coaching.
Jeremy Haggerty has the distinction of being the only basketball player to play in the Foothill League, to play at College of the Canyons, and to play at the Masters College.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Played all 3 levels that you can play in Santa Clarita.
He didn't want to leave his house.
Santa Clarita is a great place, right?
Yeah.
That's why we all live here. And
that's right.
one reason why basketball is so good here in the Valley.
Why would you go anywhere else? I don't know what he was diagramming there. There's no 4-point plays that I know of.
Well, if he wins this game, I think you're going to have to go ask him for some tips.
Yeah, I know.
Here's Caddo. Pavelbon for 3. And then he calls a timeout. Stops the clock with 3 seconds. How about that?
Well, that wasn't a 4-point play, but it was certainly a pretty good 3-point play.
Andrew Pavelbon, I think are they going to add some time on the clock?
4 seconds, just had 4. And I think that, don't be it far from me to question. I think they're giving,
an official?
Yeah, they're giving them the 4 seconds because of that thing at the other end.
All right, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Now, obviously, Trinity's going to want to come out. Whoever gets this ball for Santa Clarita Christian is going to get fouled.
Yes.
4 seconds. How much time is that to be able to put something together defensively and then offensively?
Well, like I always say, the first part of this sequence for Trinity is deny the inbounds pass. Maybe you can get a 5-second violation. Deny. The next one is steal. If the ball's inbounded, you're trying to steal. And the third element is foul. So if those things got to happen in the order, we always say to our players in these situations, deny, steal, foul in that order.
4 seconds remain in this second overtime. The Cardinals will have the ball. They've got a 1-point lead.
Yeah, Trinity's got to switch every screen.
Let's see how it works. Cato grabs the ball and calls a timeout. Trinity will have it inbounded in their zone. They'll have 3 seconds to try to win the game. They could get fouled, and we could go to a third overtime.
Well, they were listening to the coach. You know, I'm watching James Mosey out on the floor. We had Jeremy Haggerty out on the floor. I could never do that when I was a high school coach. I could never go out that far without getting teed up. I never even would have thought to go out that far on the floor and talk to the officials, even in a dead ball situation. Now, going back to what you said, see, that thing shocks me right there. The coaches who just go out there and, half court, they were almost. In this situation we have right now, Santa Clarita Christian saying he caught the ball out of bounds. And how would you know with it? You know how short these sidelines are.
No.
It's hard to tell.
Well, let me ask you this. He jumped in the air, caught the ball, started screaming timeout. Jeremy Haggerty had the official right next to him, was also calling timeout, but he landed out of bounds.
Well, they're going to say that he was in bounds when he made the
when he caught it, had possession, and called timeout.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter where he ends up as long as they get the timeout call.
All right, so it's going to be inbounded by Trinity.
If you're Santa Clarita Christian, you got to make them come back to get the ball.
All right, Cato's got it. For 3.
Why would it end any other way? Why would it end any other way? Now this is what could get out of hand right here. What a game. What a game.
Ian Cato hits the 3-pointer. Trinity was down by 4 with 10 seconds to play, and they're going to come away with a 77-75 win. Cato is going to finish the game 1 point shy of the school record with 36 points in the game, and none bigger than the one that he hit off the glass as time expired in this second overtime.
Well, I've seen some great performances in my time from high school basketball players, but why wouldn't he get the ball in that last situation, and why wouldn't he not convert it at the end? I mean, that's when you have a guy on your team and you say, Coach, I'm going to take care of this. Just get me the ball in the right situation, and I'll take care of it. And that was unbelievable. I don't think Santa Clarita Christian could have played it any better.
The game of the year, without a doubt, so far here in Santa Clarita. Santa Clarita Christian comes away with the win. They stay undefeated in Heritage League. Santa Clarita Christian drops to 2-1 in league. Trinity goes to 5-0. For Greg Herrick and everyone associated with SCB TV Sports, I'm Dave Caldwell. Thanks for being with us, everybody. See you again next time.